Chapter 2, The 7 Principles of Hermetic Philosophy. Some readers might be asking themselves, how do I apply Hermetic philosophy in day-to-day life? Is there a way in which Hermetic philosophy can actually help the everyday person improve their life? The answer to that is yes. If you know about the 7 laws of Hermetic philosophy and try to live by them, you may have incredible results. These 7 laws require active work by the individual in order to align with them and make positive changes to their life. But the results are worth it. Each of the laws is associated with one of the chakras, the centers within our body which our energy flows. Each chakra in turn is associated with a certain color. By following the 7 laws, we are essentially making sure each chakra is balanced, allowing the energy to flow through it correctly. There are ways you can ensure you keep your chakras adequately balanced, such as using breathing techniques or ancient practices such as yoga, Reiki, or Ayurveda. But for a more in-depth look at how you think, speak, and act, the 7 laws of Hermeticism are the ones to follow. We shall explore each of them a bit more in depth next. Once each of the 7 laws has been discussed, we will devote a few words on how to try and align ourselves with them in our lives. When doing this, we'll keep in mind that the first law, the law of mentalism, encompasses all of the other 6. They're not really different laws, but rather different aspects of the first one. Therefore, trying to align one's thoughts, words, and actions with this law is the equivalent of trying to do so with all 7. We will follow Matthias di Stefano's 7 laws of the universe as we discuss the laws. The first law, everything is mind, or mentalism. The 7 laws of the universe could actually be reduced to one. The first one, everything is mind. This means that you experience what you believe. Whatever you send out into the universe as your vibrations or waves, the universe will comply and give to you. For example, if you keep thinking, I want X, you'll be sending that idea of want, of lack, into the universe. And in return, you will continue to experience that want or that lack. By contrast, if the message you sent into the universe is, I can do this, I have this, then that's what you'll receive. This law is associated with the crown chakra, or Sahasrara. This chakra is associated with the color purple, sometimes violet or white. This chakra is very important because it allows our spiritual connection and enlightenment. It harbors our wisdom and connection to the cosmos. Interesting side note, something Joe Dispenza talks about all the time. It's basically what his whole teaching is based on. Attracting what you put out and all that. It's very interesting. You guys should check him out. The second law, as within, so without, or correspondence. We as humans tend to separate things that we do from things that happen to us. We're always ready to take responsibility for the things we do, but not for those that happen to us. We allow ourselves to feel like victims of the second kind of event. The second law of correspondence tells us that we are wrong about this. Everything that happens externally happens because it mirrors our own internal life. This has an enormous consequence for us human beings. It makes us absolutely and completely responsible for everything we experience. We can see how this links to the first and only law of the universe. It's all about the message we send into the universe. The second law is associated with the third eye chakra, or ajna. This chakra is the center of intuition and can be associated with a deep blue color, or indigo. Similarly to the crown chakra, ajna is said to be able to regulate intuition, wisdom, and intellect. The third law, vibration. This law tells us that there are vibrations connecting to our inner worlds and the world and reality outside us. In a way, vibrations are the reason why correspondence exists. They are the bridge between within and without. This law is associated with the throat chakra, or Vishuddha, and with the color sky blue. This chakra is our center for expression and communication. It makes perfect sense because vibrations are how we communicate with the universe. This language in which our message to the universe is written, that all important message to the universe will reply in kind by giving us some type of vibrations back. This includes the way you say and generally express things. Your voice, your tone, is part of the vibrations you send into the universe. It's much like turning the radio on. Whatever radio station you listen to, that is what you hear. So does the universe hear the vibration that you emit, and you can respond to them and them alone. The fourth law, rhythm. Everything has a rhythm. and that includes the way you vibrate within the universe. The creative powers of your vibration are closely related to that rhythm, with a lower vibration meaning a longer period of time needed to create. All that goes up must go down, like a wave. Everybody naturally experiences lower and higher moments, lower and higher energy moments. But you must understand you cannot expect rapid results if you are stuck in a low vibration mode. Everybody is allowed to want to change their life for the better, but in order to do that, in order to really create the change you want to see in you and around you, you must adjust your own vibration and maintain a controlled, stable rhythm. All evolution and change in your life must be appreciated and understood in order to turn into real growth. That takes effort and time. There are also moments of crisis where you're just feeling down, and that is okay. Those feelings are natural, and you have to embrace them and give them time to heal. The law of rhythm is associated with the heart chakra, the anahata, often associated with the color green or sometimes pink, red and white combined from the root and the crown chakras. The fifth law, cause and effect. The fifth law tells us that everything works in terms of causes and effects. Buddhism is constructed on the basis of this law, and each of us is the cause of many effects, with their thoughts and attitudes and actions. This means that everything that happens to me happens because I emit a certain energy, because I have a certain attitude. This takes us back to the second law. Whatever happens outside of me happens as a mirror to what's inside of me. The great lesson this law has for us is to take responsibility. We're not just passive victims, we're architects of our own reality, starting from deep within. A simple example would be to think of a person who wants to get a job but doesn't get hired anywhere. They might feel defeated and think they have the worst luck ever, but perhaps they're just pessimistic, give off that energy without even noticing. The person simply caused their own lack of success, even without willing or even noticing. The good news is, once one begins to really take the responsibility and notice all the little ways they contribute to things that happen to themselves, it is easy to align with the law of cause and effect and to start to make things better. Instead of thinking, how I hate that traffic was so bad, I arrived at the airport later than I wanted to. Think, why did I not call the taxi to pick me up sooner? Or why didn't I suggest a better route to the driver? Instead of bemoaning about yet another job application being rejected, ask yourself, what am I doing perhaps wrong in the interviews? Could I prepare for them better? The changes needed may be hidden in very minute details, nearly impossible to really notice unless you search for it specifically. The fifth law is connected to the plexus chakra, or manipura, associated with the color yellow. The sixth law, polarity. The law of polarity tells us positive and negative coexist in everything that makes up the universe. Even at a molecular level, protons and electrons have opposite charges. At first glance, this may seem like something negative. We must endure negative things we would rather not have happen. These bad things seems to be an obstacle we must overcome in order to succeed and be happy, but they're quite the opposite. They are the key to success. We need both the positive and the negative to move forward to bigger, better things. Our biggest failures may be some of the moments that taught us the most and helped us grow and get brilliant ideas. A crisis, terrible as it may seem, may be the perfect opportunity to grow up and open up exciting opportunities that weren't even considered. As the saying goes, every cloud has its silver lining. Learn to embrace everything, even the trying and hard parts of reality. You'll need the bad along with the good. You'll need to bend low to jump high. This law is associated with the sacral chakra, the svadhisthana, which is associated with the color orange. The seventh law, generation, or gender. This law teaches us that nothing in the universe gets destroyed. It just transforms itself once and again, creating new realities all the time. This polarity existing in the universe gives way to the new realities. You too must be a creator, not a destructor. This law is also referred to as the law of gender because gender is present in everything around us. This is not limited to the concepts of feminine and masculine as we commonly think, but it is linked to a more broad idea of complementary things or events, which are essential for the generation of new things. Without our left and right brains, we would not be who we are. Without night and day, our daily living cycle would not exist. That's the balance between masculine and feminine energy our world thrives in, as beautifully represented by the yin-yang symbol. This law is associated with the root chakra, or Muladhara, which is in turn associated with the color red.